Hello everybody. Um my mic is messed up, so I'm using my laptop mic, which is really bad. Oh, well, it's not messed up. I lost the cord that I use for my headphones that has a mic attached to it, which is a much better mic than my laptop mic. That's what I mean by that. Anyways, I'm gonna try to make this really quick. We'll go through this really fast this time, but here we go. In the first round, oh wait a second, what do we have? Um, the Bills beat the Colts. The Bills moved on. The Bills ended up beating the Ravens. They move on to the championship round of the playoffs. Um, and then we had the Browns upset the Steelers. The Browns moved on. The Browns played the Chiefs. The Browns had a close game against the Chiefs, but Patrick Mahomes was out, I believe, like half the game around, I believe. Uh, and then we had the Titans and the Ravens. Well, I skipped that earlier. Well, the Titans lost to the Ravens. They were Ravens. I think it was an upset. I think it was a small upset. I picked that one too. I believe. I picked the Ravens over the Titans. But anyways, let's move on. On the other side, we have the Packers who had a bye week, and the Saints and the Bears. The Saints beat the Bears, and that wasn't unexpected at all. The Seahawks lost to the Rams, kind of unexpected, but not too shocking. Seahawks have always had issues with the Rams, but most people were picking the Seahawks in that game, including myself. The Washington Redskins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Buccaneers beat the Washington Redskins. It was a closer game than most people probably expected. I didn't expect it to be that close because Washington's really not a good football team. The NFC East was very weak this year. Let's move on. I'm not trying to disrespect Washington or their fans. Don't take it like that, Washington Redskins fans. I'm just speaking the truth. Our division stunk this year. The Packers and the Rams, they met up. The Packers won. The Packers are the number one seed. Packers were expected to win that game. They did. The Saints and the Buccaneers in this matchup. I did go with the Buccaneers. They upset the Saints. I think most people were going with the Saints, but I think it was almost 50-50 because some people thought the Bucs could come in and upset. It was maybe not 50-50. Maybe it was like 60-40 where people thought the Saints would win. But I did go with the Buccaneers, and I got that one right. Now we are at the NFC and the AFC championship games. I will do the NFC side first because the AFC side, I don't know. I want to start with the NFC side. The NFC side, we have the number one seeded Green Bay Packers versus the wild card number 5 seeded Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In this game, I am going to pick. This game was very hard for me to pick. Very hard. Probably harder than the AFC side because I kind of had my mind made up on the AFC side a little bit if certain things went a certain way. But the NFC side, this game is very tricky to pick. I am gonna go with the Packers, okay? But hear me out, Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans and NFL fans. I'm not counting your team out. I think the Buccaneers are actually better rounded than the Packers, and I think that's where the Buccaneers can pull another upset off. But the problem I have is being the number one seed is a big deal. The Packers had a week off. That's a huge advantage because their team was able to heal up, rest up, prepare, get ready to play the teams coming up. So I think, in my personal opinion, being the number one seed's a big thing, especially when you have to go to Lambeau Field. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very cold there. I think Tom Brady's not going to have any problems playing in the cold. He was in Massachusetts, which is Massachusetts, which is I can't speak today. Massachusetts, which is also a very cold area. I'm also laying in my bed, so that could probably be why it's hard to speak sometimes. But yeah. I have Aaron Rodgers going to the Super Bowl, the Green Bay Packers. I don't think they're the overall better team. I think if Tampa had the bye week, I would probably be... If both these teams had the bye week, I would probably be rolling with the Buccaneers, but I just see it so much as an advantage, and that's why I'm going to be rolling with... I personally think Tampa Bay has the better defense. And I'm not saying Packers defense is atrocious. It's not atrocious. It has improved throughout the year. I'm going to credit them on that. They have gotten much better, but I still think there's some holes in it. And I definitely think Tom Brady will expose some of those holes. But I think it's going to be a kind of a shootout in this game. I don't know if it's going to be a high scoring or a low scoring game, but it's going to be a shootout in the sense that I just think the Packers are going to edge it probably by a field goal. I mean, it'll be a close, competitive game, so I'm not disrespecting the Buccaneers or their fans or anybody like that. Just like having that bye week, everybody knows it's a big deal. Be number one seed, and also, all right, I'm gonna move on, but I have the Packers win this game. I wouldn't be shocked if the Buccaneers upset, and I don't care who really wins. None of these are my teams. This is just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to hurt anybody's feelings. So, I'm not trying to be like, oh, that team stinks or this team. None of these Final Four teams, they deserve where they are at. And I, as someone just watches football, I'm not like the most passionate fan, but just someone that watches it, I'll be happy no matter who's in the Super Bowl. Just like whoever earns it, earns it. That's how I view life. Like you earn it, then you deserve to be there. So it is what it is. So I'll go with the Packers, but I won't be surprised if the Buccaneers pull another upset off. Now let me do the AFC side, and I'm about to break many hearts, and a lot of people are going to be mad at me, and most of the country is rooting for Buffalo. I don't blame you guys. I know everybody wants to see, oh, Buffalo, come on, let's see if you can win your first Super Bowl. I mean, that's how people were with the Philadelphia Eagles too But the difference between that is the Philadelphia Eagles were number one seed that year, and being number one seed is very important, and especially this year. Number one seed, you got a bye this year. The number two seed, Bills, got treated like crap in the sense that because they added another wild card team to the mix, it hurt the Bills. It hurt the Bills. The Bills needed a bye week. If the Bills got that bye week, I might actually maybe slightly give them a favor. I don't know about that, though, but I really like that Kansas City Chiefs team. I really like Patrick Mahomes. And I think if Patrick Mahomes is 90% healthy, if he's only got like 10% issues, maybe some of the toe issue, but I think he can definitely play through that, and I definitely think he can even run through a toe issue. Like I have a foot injury too, and it's not fun to do it, but when you get the adrenaline going, you can play with the best of them. You know what I mean? He can still move around. I believe he can still move around because I've had foot injuries. I haven't had it specifically a toe injury. I've had like a heel or Achilles heel issue, but I know he can move around still. And I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. And again, I'm going to bring up the fact that the bye week is such a big deal in the NFL. Getting that bye week, and now that they have this stupid thing, because the NFL only cares about money, and I'm glad that their ratings stink this year, but they only care about money. They screwed the number two seeds over, and this pisses me off because a lot of reasons why certain teams will be either number one, number two, or something like that. Sometimes it's to do with scheduling and stuff like that, and sometimes it's because they're talented teams. I'm not crapping on the Chiefs or the Bills or the Packers. I'm not crapping on any of them. I'm just saying that sometimes scheduling plays a factor into it, and I kind of think it's not fair that the number two seed doesn't get a bye week too, and I think it's going to hurt the Bills in the long run, and I think it's going to hurt them in this game. And it's very hard to play in Kansas City, and I don't know how many fans are going to let be there, but yeah, I'm sorry, Bills fans. I'm going with the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Patrick Mahomes is on his way to becoming Tom Brady-esque. I think he's going to have an amazing legacy, and I think it starts here. And all I gotta say is, no matter what this game goes, don't hold whichever way this game goes. Don't hold a grudge against Patrick Mahomes or the Chiefs or anybody like. It is what it is. Your team has played very amazing this year, probably better than some people even expected. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry. I honestly see a Chiefs and Packers matchup. I think this is the one that people actually wanted a couple of years ago, and I think they might actually get it. But even if they don't get it, a nice matchup between the Chiefs and Buccaneers would be nice. Bills versus Packers. Any of these final four teams that end up being the final two teams in the Super Bowl, it's going to be a great Super Bowl either way. So, just good luck to the Final Four. I have no problems with any of these teams. If you reach the Super Bowl, you earned it. You got my respect. I don't care if I'm wrong. You understand that? I don't care if I'm wrong in my picks. I'm not rooting for anybody. I'm not rooting for the Chiefs. I'm not rooting for the Packers. I'm not rooting for the Bills. And I'm not rooting for the Buccaneers. I'm just, I spent a week thinking about this, like, which way I'm expecting this to go. And I almost was going to go with the Bills if Patrick Mahomes was going to play, but I was positive he's the type of player that's like, I'm going to be out there. I'm going to get past this concussion protocol, and I'm going to be out there, and I'm going to help my team. He's a warrior. Anyways, it's the end of the video. I have the Packers and the Chiefs. Sorry I dragged this video on too long.